The topic is process analysis of completely mixed reactor with sludge recycle. So in the last lecture, we seen the description of this diagram. So this is activated sludge process aeration tank. In this one is the primary tank. This is the secondary tank. Okay, the sludge which comes from the primary one, it is entered into the aeration tank, and here the oxidation reaction takes place. Okay. So V is the volume, S is the substrate concentration in the tank, X is the microorganism concentration, which we call a biomass concentration in the tank. Q0, it's represent the flow rate of the wastewater, which is influent. S0 is the substrate concentration in influent. X0, this is the biomass concentration in influent. And once it is entered into the aeration tank, it will go out. And here the mass balance, again, it is all flow rate Q0 plus QR. This is the recycle flow rate. You see, this is the return sludge. Okay, so this is the Q suffix R is the flow rate of return sludge. S and X, it is the concentration of the substrate and the biomass, and it enter into the secondary clarifier, where it is the sludge gets settled down at the bottom, and we withdraw from it, and the effluent water is take out from the top of the clarifier, where the flow rate is given Q0 minus QW, and this is the S and X suffix E are the substrate and the biomass concentration in the effluent. Okay, and the sludge which is some we take out permanently, and some of the recycle, okay, into the aeration tank. So this is the system, and on that system we would like to calculate to know what is the volume required. Then we want to know what is the substrate concentration. We want to know what is the biomass concentration. Okay, so let's, on the basis of the mass balance for the biomass as well as for the substrate, and from that one we derive equations. So let's see. So first we are assuming. So assumptions is very important. So first, for this system, okay, for the above system, what I show in this diagram. Okay, you see here, this is the diagram. Okay, you just remember this diagram, and after that, then we will see what are the assumptions. So the one of the assumption is the biomass concentration in the influent is negligible. So what we consider, the biomass concentration is negligible in the influent, and the microorganisms are not present in the influent. Okay, that is the first assumption. Second assumption is there is a complete mixing in the aeration. So there is a complete mixing in the aeration tank. Third assumption is the substrate concentration in the influent wastewater remains constant. It means substrate concentration in the influent wastewater remains constant. Okay, means there is a steady state condition. Next is wastewater stabilization occurs only in the aeration tank. That is, waste stabilization occurs only in the aeration tank. Third assumption, fourth assumption is there is no microbial degradation of organic matter and no biomass growth in the secondary clarifier. This one, there is no microbial degradation of organic matter and no biomass growth in the secondary tank. Okay, so this is the another assumptions. Steady state condition prevail toward the system. As I said earlier, steady state condition, we give the steady state condition for this system. The volume used for the calculation of mean cell residence time includes the volume of the aeration tank only. It means the cell which is present into the process. So here we consider only the aeration tank, and here we consider the volume of the aeration tank. Okay. So these are the certain assumptions from this for this system. The biomass concentration is negligible. There is complete mixing in the aeration. Substrate concentration in the influent wastewater remains constant. Phase stabilization occur only in the aeration tank. It means the reaction taking place only in the aeration tank. There is no microbial growth degradation of organic matter. No biomass growth in the secondary clarifier. It means only the reaction tank is aeration tank. Steady state condition we maintain, and the volume used for the calculation of mean cell residence time include the volume of aeration tank only, because as the reaction is taking place in the aeration tank, so we consider that volume. Okay, so on the basis of these assumptions and the whatever the diagrams we present, with the help of that one, we will write a material balance. So let's see the material balance. For the first is the biomass. Biomass balance. Okay. Now we know the mass balance for the microorganisms, which is completely mixed reactor. It can be followed as net rate change in the biomass inside the system boundary is equals to the rate at which biomass enter in the system minus the rate at which the biomass leaves the system. This is the general equation. We know that net rate is equals to the input minus output. Okay, so here we consider that one. After that, the biomass balance system can be simplified. So what we do, this is the general equation, and from that one, now we can simplify. How we simplify it? If there is any accumulation is going on, then we write in terms of the accumulation. So mass balance statement, accumulation is equals to the inflow of the biomass, means the influent flow rate, plus net growth of biomass minus outflow of the biomass. What do you mean by accumulation? It means the inflow of the biomass plus there is the generation of the cell minus the output of the biomass. You see the diagram. Okay, here. This is the inflow. This is the outflow. Okay, and there is some accumulation is taking place. Some accumulation is going on here. Okay, so on the basis of that, we write that equation. But what we assume in the assumption, there is a steady state condition. When there is a steady state condition, it means there is no accumulation. Okay, so on the basis of this steady state condition assumption, we write the above equation. So we write this equation as influent of the biomass plus biomass production is equals to the effluent biomass plus wasted biomass. It means the influent, what are the matter present in the influent, plus how much is the biomass is produced there, which is equals to the effluent of biomass, means the, how much biomass present in the effluent plus wasted biomass. From that diagram, you can easily understood what exactly is the meaning of this one. Just again show you that diagram. So as per the statement, in generation of the biomass out, biomass in the effluent, and biomass in the waste. Okay. So on the basis of that, we write the equation. So we write the mathematical equation. So here, this is the case, influent of the biomass. What is the influent of the biomass? We can write the flow rate, influent flow rate into the influent biomass concentration plus biomass production means volume of the aeration tank dx by dt, the net generation of the biomass is equals to the effluent biomass. What is the effluent biomass? It means the how much is the flow rate of the effluent minus what is the flow rate of the waste sludge. Okay, into the XE. This is the biomass concentration at the effluent. So we write it is XE plus wasted biomass. It means from the clarifier, whatever be the sludge which is settled, it is to be withdrawn and some to be recycled. We are not talking about recycle here. Okay, we just concentrate that it is to be wasted. So that is how much we consider it is X suffix W into the XR, where this is the flow rate of the waste biomass into the concentration of the return sludge. What is the biomass concentration in the return sludge? Okay. So with the help of this equation number 10, we can write this equation in a mathematical form. We just remember this equation. Okay. How we get from this one? So you just first draw the diagram. Okay. And write down the terms in it, and from that one you can easily write down this equation. Okay. So this is here it is given the mention what is the meaning of it. After that, it is assumed that biomass concentration in the influent wastewater and in the effluent clarifier is negligible. It means the biomass concentration in the influent means in the inlet and the biomass concentration in the effluent means the outlet are zero. Negligible means what? Zero. So equation 1 we can write. So equation 1, this is the equation as we say that x0 and x is 0. If I consider this is as this is 0, this is 0, where in the effluent and the influent is the value of x0 and value of x. Okay, so this is 0. On the basis of that, we write it and we see that this term is 0. Okay, then as this is 0, so this is 0. Okay, this is 0. This one is 0. Okay, now we can write this as v dx by dt is equals to the qw into xr. So we modified the equation number 11 as okay. How we modify it? So we write this is the equation v dx by dt is equals to the qw into xr. So we mentioned this is equation number 12. Okay. After that, substitute the equation number 4 in equation number 12. Now what is the equation number 4? Let's see. So we have to substitute this dx by dt rate, growth rate. Okay. Let's see here. So this is the term. Okay. it is dx by dt. Okay, this is the equation number 4. I just tell you, this is the equation. It is mu m by s ks plus s into x minus kd by x. Okay, I can show you that equation. That is the equation number 4. Okay, okay. You see here. This is the equation number 4. It is dx by dt is equals to the mu m into s upon k suffix s plus s into x minus kdx. So we put it the equation number 4 in equation number 12, and we got the equation number 13. Okay, so we can say that dx by dt is equals to the mu m s by k suffix s plus s in bracket x minus kdx. Okay, so this is the equation, and so this is the equation. Okay, and they rearrange this equation number 13, and we write in terms of this. So we say that this is equation number 14. After that one, if r dash g is the net growth of microorganisms, then equation number 13 become, if I say that r sub r dash g is the net growth of the microorganism, and for that one we can write it is r dash g is equals to what? QW, flow rate of the base sludge, into the biomass concentration in the sludge upon the volume. So, or we can write this is in this format. It is Q XR by V into the X is equals to the R dash G by X. So we just multiply by X. Sorry, we did just divided by the X, and we can write this equation. Okay. So also we can say that R dash G is equals to the minus Y R suffix SU minus small k suffix t into X. Now what is this R suffix SU? It is substrate utilization. S stands for the substrate, U stands for the utilization. So it is a substrate utilization rate. Okay. So we write this is the form, in this form, the net growth microorganisms like this one, R dash G is equals to the minus Y upon R suffix SU minus KDX. After that, we substitute the equation number 15. Okay, so we substitute this equation number 15, and we can write as QWXR by P into X is equals to the minus Y R suffix SU by X minus KD. We are substituting this value of RG. Okay, what is this RG? RG is nothing but the QW by XR by VX. So what we did, we just put it replacement of this one on this equation, and we replace this time. Okay, and after that again the value of RG can write in this form, write this value, and we make the equation number 17. Are you getting my point? So QWXC by VX is equals to the minus y R suffix SU by X minus KD. After this, we say that the left hand side of the equation is a reciprocal of the mean cell residence time, which is denoted by the theta c. Okay. Therefore, we can write 1 upon theta c is equals to the minus y R suffix SU by X minus KD. We say that the left hand side, this one is the reciprocal of the residence, cell residence time. Okay. It is cell residence time we consider. From that one, as Q is the volumetric flow rate and V is the volume. So from that one, we can get what is the time. Okay. So we are replacing this one. What we do? We are replacing this theta C as Q and V. Okay. By consideration of that one, we have theta C. Okay. So we write this equation as it is minus YRSU by X minus KD. Now, we write in terms of R suffix CO, which is a substrate utilization rate. What is the substrate? If you want to calculate the substrate utilization rate, then you have to consider the mass flow rate, initial concentration of the substrate, the effluent concentration, substrate in the effluent concentration with the volume of the aeration tank, and this one. Okay, where the theta, this theta stands for the hydraulic retention time. It is the hydraulic retention time, that is the theta. Okay. So from equation number 19 and from equation number 18, so we use the equation number 18 and 19 and we write as 1 upon theta c is equals to the y S0 minus es upon theta x minus kd. So what we do, we just replace the value of this one.